Who was Pan-Arab? All right, so of course, once again, we're talking about Israeli and Palestinian conflicts here, and how Egypt kind of got involved in this 1956 war. Egypt, they were training military forces within Palestine to attack Israel. Eventually, Israel began to attack Egypt. Egypt sought help from others, right? And Egypt, in 1956, they had a president named Nasser, right? So then you have Gamal Abdul Nasser, and he was not in favor of the Baghdad Pact, right? And this is kind of how he gained his weapons, right? So seeing that, the United States wasn't aiding Egypt fighting the Israelis because the Israelis began to attack Egypt, they ran off and they went ahead and they sought arms from the Soviet Union, who were more happily to sell it to them, right? And now you also have the Egyptians, Nasser, that was not in favor in Baghdad Pact, and that was basically how they did business with the Soviet Union, right? Because the Baghdad Pact was, we'll say, an agreement to not spread communism, right? And Nazar was not in favor of the Baghdad Pact. Like, he was like, Russia can we are with Russia. Like they were basically allying themselves and doing business with Russia if they feel, um, if they felt the urge to, okay, if they felt necessary to. So at that moment they felt the urge to do business with the Soviet Union, because who else is going to give them weapons if the United States is not offering them weapons, right? Once again, right, doing business with Russia kind of means that you're going the communist way, and the United States were, and Britain and France, they were all under against communism, right? Remember, it's 1956. There's a Cold War going on, right? So these are all key events that are kind of happening in the middle of, in the 1950s here, in 1956. President of Egypt, Nasser, was not in favor of Baghdad Pact, which basically was the spread of communism in the Middle East.